Valley, the effing king of recovery, just a little bit behind. I had time and then, well, I didn't. But look, I don't even know what we're doing the show, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I'm pretty much just by myself today. And look, I know I can't compete with one of the biggest, most expensive forms of scripted propaganda ever. Some people, though, are disgusted by it, being so disingenuous, worried about human rights and the treatment of women. But look, to those watching the Melania movie today, please enjoy it. But enough about that. We have to talk about the Royal Rumble kicking off right now in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Plus, Smackdown, go home last night. After I saw it, I wanted to go home. And then talk about some broader issues in wrestling. And then some things lately that I've been reading that piss me off. Like irrationally. Like hosts who think they have time and they don't. Anyway, stand by. Jim Valley. We're here, I promise. Wrestling Observer Live.
Have you suffered sports betting losses? There is someone who wants to.
All right. Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I had like 5 minutes and then suddenly I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're good. Okay. We're on. We're ready. We're rolling.
It is what it is.
Yeah, when is it? Did it start already?
Yes, it's right now. It's right now. It is right now. So, yeah, you know. Anyway. Yep.
Fucking
let's see.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm so
I
sick
know.
of this shit.
I know. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, heavens. All right. Where am I at? Okay.
What other matches are there besides
Sami Zayn for the title. And Sami Zayn versus Drew.
Okay, who won't win? Yeah.
If he's ever gonna win it, it's today.
Okay.
What else is there? There's crap. I don't remember now. I'll have to take a look. Anyway.
Women's Rumble is probably first, right?
I have no idea right now. I don't know.
Oh, AJ and Gunther.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, and he retires. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's gonna retire. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Gunther just doesn't do it for me. I mean, he just there's nothing wrong with him, but he's just so not I don't know what the right word is. He's not polarizing. There's no draw. Great in the ring.
I don't know. They like him.
No, I know. It feels like
he had like tan pants and the blue shirt and the blue blazer, like the outfit every 10-year-old wears to a wedding.
Yes.
That's what he had.
Yes.
That is not intimidating.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not the career killer. You look like the accountant killer. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, and like, I mean, I don't know. The way that they did him with Cena and just, I mean, not that I even had a problem. Like, I figured he was going to win and I figured Cena would lose. It just, I don't know. Just.
Yeah, it is what it is.
They could have done his farewell tour a whole lot better. And I don't know. Like, I guess for me, prior to that, Gunther was always kind of like a,
Yeah. Well,
like I'd rather watch, you know, half of AEW roster than Gunther.
I get it.
So it's just, you know,
just like Kit Wilson. That's what you like. You are against toxic masculinity because you're a Renaissance modern man. No, have you seen him? He's the guy from the brunette from Pretty Deadly. His partner's like legit injured.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so he's been doing this. I don't know. He'll at least be a flavor of the month for a while.
All right, here we go.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. Royal Rumble happening now. To watch it, I don't know. I mean, Competition's really so good for the consumer. It's great when you have every WWE show on a different platform, including the pay-per-views. So the pay-per-views are on ESPN, unlimited. But it's not enough to get the ESPN app or subscribe. You gotta stream via the ESPN app, subscribe to ESPN Unlimited or the Disney Bundle. Then you take that receipt to the grave of Chris Berman. You wrap it around your head like the Swami. You make your predictions for the Rumble. Then, like Pat McAfee, you run off, slap a couple of women on the butt, and go watch the. It's very complicated. I don't know why there's so many steps. Or you just take Stephanie McMahon's advice and use a VPN. Thanks, Steph. Oh shoot! By the way, because this is a big weekend, Rumble. We've got sponsors. So today's show brought to you by MBS Pop-Up Stadiums. Do you have 60,000 people showing up for an event and you're panicking because you have nowhere to put them? What will the neighbors say? Will you have to chop off their hands and heads again? Don't panic. Use MBS Pop-Up Stadiums. With MBS Pop-Up Stadiums, you can get seats for 60,000 of your closest friends, including lights, fireworks, a gigantic entrance stage, and screens to match. With MBS Pop-Up Stadiums, you can go from embarrassing stumbles to classic lighted Royal Rumbles in as little as 2 weeks. You're thinking to yourself, I can't afford this. I'm on a budget of just billions and billions of dollars. Our secret? Free labor. Working for you, morning, noon, and night with very little water and hardly any food. Come on, you have their work visas. What are they going to do? And the only thing you need to worry about is your arm getting sore from all the whipping. Human rights? What's that? Do people talk about a human left? No! MBS Pop-Up Stadiums. Only you will know. It's basically free. Now look, to be clear, I have no problem with the Saudi people. This is about leadership and government, and honestly, I'm not going to complain anymore. Honestly, living in America, we can't. Look, our president took $1 billion from Saudi Arabia to be a part of his board of peace. So look, I'm not saying we ever did, but definitely these days we do not have any moral high ground. Probably less, a lot less. Anyway, hey, has anyone checked on Brian? Ava, Simone Garcia Johnson has left NXT and WWE. Apparently, it's her own decision. Wish her the best. Look, if I was her, I'd get mentored by my mom as like a show business sports executive rather than by dad as an actor / athlete / tequila salesman. But that's just me. Smackdown last night seemed to go out of its way to show that a number of superstars, male and female, can win the Rumble. And look, here's what I came away with. Stephanie McMahon interfered, cost Liv and Roxanne their match when Roxanne got pinned by Alexa Bliss. Also, is there like a scuffle or something? A little roughhousing a bit by Alexa and Liv. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, I would expect Liv or Roxanne to win Rumble, challenge Stephanie. And look, even at the Chamber, one of them seems likely to challenge. But that's my thought. Now, let me explain my theory. Bianca, I think, will come back, obviously, at some point and seek revenge on Jade Cargill. Probably challenge at WrestleMania. Now, look, Bianca could certainly appear today and win. It would be a great moment. However, I think, look, Jade is not a key player. She's not a centerpiece. And I think that says something to me. That says, that there's only so much faith by management in Jade. And look, I think it's best if they delay this feud so it doesn't drag out for months all the way to WrestleMania, because it could definitely drag. So And after SmackDown, it looks like maybe Jade and Jordan Grace might have a little mini feud for a couple of weeks. So that's my theory there. Now, look, as far as the men, I think it's all about how you get to Drew, Jacob Fatu, and Cody for the title at WrestleMania. I don't see Royal Rumble winners. I think they'll do something at Chamber with that. I do think Seth comes back tonight and someone from the Vision wins the Rumble. That's kind of actually, you know what? Oh, geez, I didn't realize what I did there. You know what? Usually what they do is have one winner on each show. So, God, maybe Bianca does come back tonight. Maybe Bianca does come back tonight. Because if Jacob Fatu were to win the Rumble, that'd be a fine choice. Fine choice. How do you get Cody in for the three-way? I mean, you can do anything. It's wrestling. Anyway, but I also do see something happening with the Vision and maybe Paul Heyman's group and all that fun stuff. Seth comes back. Is he persona non grata? Does he make a mistake and, screw Braun or somebody? I don't know. But one of them will be an odd man out. Seth or Braun get screwed, and maybe they'll be pissed. Simmer for a few weeks till they eventually get kicked out. One winner on each brand, check. And these stories have been building for a while, check. Sami Zayn. I think the odds, Sami winning the title are in his favor, but it's close. And look, I think a lot of people feel it's now or never. Either happens now or never. And they are teasing that Sami's never beaten Drew after 11 tries. What is he, Drew McIntyre in Scotland? Anyway, it felt like last week before he had some momentum, but now he just feels like a guy in the title mix. However, I don't know. It could be a short reign. He could win the title and then his old Uso buddies, somebody, Solo Sikoa, Roman, somebody, screws him out of the title. We'll see. Royce Keys, Powerhouse Hobbs. Now look, even though WWE has a 40-year history of sticking it to the competition, if I was in charge, and God knows I'm not, I would hold him off. He had so many starts and stops in AEW. I'd hold it off maybe until the Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania. And I'd have him just really, really WWE polished and ready to go. That's my thought. But I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up tonight. Now, everybody's talking about Chris Jericho. Debuting at the Rumble, be a very big deal. Right up Jericho's alley. He loves that stuff. Anyway, unless he's figured into a main event WrestleMania title match, his return is going to overshadow everything. Champions and their matches at WrestleMania. So that's just kind of why I think, I mean, he certainly could. Certainly be listening to this after the Royal Rumble and talking about how stupid I am, and that certainly could be the case. But here's the thing: is ever since the TKO era, WWE's done less is more, a lot less. We'll talk about that next. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live.
Strange ways coming today. I put $1 in my pocket.
Oh, it's a countdown to the Rumble. I'm sorry.
Have you suffered sports betting losses? There is someone who wants to fight for you to see you get back what you have lost to those sports betting companies. Michael Watts is a prolific trial lawyer with over $11 billion in total recoveries for his clients. And now with sportsbettingclaim.com, he'd like to help you. Michael has been a leader in some of the largest and most complex cases in the country. from defective cars and
Before dawn.
tires to damaging
Yes.
drugs and medical
R.I.P. Jim
products. He has always represented the rights of individuals harmed by large corporations.
Pillman,
His efforts
football coach,
recently resulted in the recovery of billions for individuals who
pillar
lost their properties in
community.
fires carelessly caused by electric
Legend.
companies and others.
R.I.P.
Michael knows that sports
Captain
betting
Meyer.
companies preyed on
know,
and
this one
manipulated consumers into
hurts.
losing their life
It really
savings, and
did.
he wants to make them pay.
Gosh, I mean,
If you have suffered financial hardship as a result of online sports betting and would like help seeking compensation, please submit your claim information for evaluation at
lot of comedy.
sportsbettingclaim.com.
And,
Michael Watts is
I watch
focused on
SNC
winning for you.
things.
sportsbettingclaim.com.
and beloved. And
I
respected.
am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured
Ours
or
are
wronged.
contributions.
If you've been involved in a
Comedy.
serious car,
Improv.
truck, or motorcycle accident, or injured at
Comedian.
work, you have
Entertainment.
rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering.
Also,
Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a
Great show.
lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers
Was
you
that a
can
J?
find. Tough
I
lawyers
haven't
who
heard
will
any from
fight to win your
that.
case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by
Steve
only getting
Berger.
paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-401-5163. 800-401-5163. 800-401-5163. That's 800-401-5163.
If you've got a property that you've been trying to sell and you've tried almost everything, I want to tell you about something that you haven't tried yet. You're going to think this offer is too good to be true, but it's not. Thousands of customers have sold their homes in any condition with Need to Sell My Home. This is a real opportunity from a highly rated company that buys homes all over the country. Did you know it's possible to sell your home right over the phone with no real estate commissions and no pesky open houses? Plus, every offer is a cash offer with no mortgage holdups. To find out how much you can sell your home or property for, call now. Take 5 minutes of your time and call for this 100% free quote to sell your home.
800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. That's 800-430-0674.
All right.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Nice. Hey, I got it wrong. Rumble hasn't started yet. It's the pre-show. However, on the pre-show, they have just announced the number 2 entrant in the Royal Rumble. You ready? It's Braun Breaker. Take that, dirt sheets! Think you know everything. Of course, last night on Smackdown, they put up a graphic accidentally where Braun Breaker was number 1. And of course, him being the second entrant is entirely different. It really changes the face of this Rumble. Completely different. I'm going to take back everything I said because this news is earth-shattering. I have no idea now what's going to happen. So don't even take that whole thing and throw it out because Braun Breaker's at number 2. So look, things are upside down, topsy-turvy right now in WWE. Dogs and cats living together. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Thanks, guys. Jesus. Oh, he's not number 1. He's number 2, which means he'll come out and wrestle the person who's number 1 like at the same time. Anyway, so I was saying about my theory that I'm talking about these things. TKO or WWE PLE philosophy has been less is more. A lot less is more. It just seems like they only do, a couple of matches. And in those matches, maybe you'll get a couple of moments. And it's because you are too stupid to remember anything else. And look, bend down, tie your shoes, forget it. Forget everything. So that's why. Dummies. I don't know. Yeah. And look, because of this philosophy, which I don't know how many times I've sat here and given the WWE the benefit of the doubt, like a dummy. Yeah, they make room for Braun. Rumble's full. Moose should have told you. Look, I'm not looking forward to the Rumble this year. And it used to be my favorite event. And it was fun because it used to be more chaotic, more surprises, and it felt like anything could happen. And now, with this new philosophy, it feels like maybe 3 things are going to happen. So just, I don't know. Anyway, someone says, Jim, remember, the Rumble is full. So I wonder, are they going to have like ice outside the ring, keeping people from getting in? Is that what's going to happen? Oh yeah, Finn Balor. So Finn Balor, they've been teasing this whole thing. He certainly could win the Royal Rumble. You know, he mad about Punk, his match with Punk, still mad, feuding, he's upset at him. And Punk is telling him, I want to be world champion. Get away from Judgment Day. They're losers. So, and then he tries to get in, and he can't get in. You know, Mr. Iguana can get in, but not Finn Balor. I did love Mr. Iguana. He's very fun. But yeah, so he's another person I could see winning Royal Rumble. And he'd be a great pick. And I think that, you know, Punk versus Finn Balor, I think a lot of wrestling fans would look forward to seeing that. So, something, it's a possibility. But, oh, by the way, what comes after WrestleMania? Backlash. That's my favorite Vince McMahon drop. And this year's Backlash is now moving to a different city. Now, I'm just going to read this to you. Perhaps you'll have some of the same thoughts I've had. So last month, supported, WWE was planning to hold Backlash in San Juan, Puerto Rico. But that's not the case anymore. Paul Levesque announcing that Tampa, Florida is going to host the PLE Backlash. And it's set for the Benchmark International Arena, Saturday, May the 9th. You know, who's singing at the Super Bowl this year? Who's the halftime? You know, I don't know if you knew this, but you know, a lot of people wanted Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican, proud Puerto Rican, influential Puerto Rican, to be deported, even though Puerto Rico, part of the U.S. I don't know. Maybe it's something logistic or maybe not. I don't know. Rest of the, by the way, the pay-per-view calendar till September. February 28th, Saturday, Elimination Chamber, United Center, Chicago. April 18th, 19th, WrestleMania 42, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. And then Backlash, Benchmark International Arena, Tampa, Florida, May 9th. Saturday, August 1st, Sunday, August 2nd, SummerSlam at the U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That'll go well. And then, Sunday, September 6th, Money in the Bank, the Smoothie King Center, New Orleans, Louisiana. Are Smoothie Kings that big of a deal? They pay for their own arena? Sponsor? Why don't we have an Icy arena or a Slurpee arena? Why not? Why don't we have these? Damn it. How about a Dairy Queen Blizzard arena? Smoothie King. Sounds healthy. Look, as you probably heard, and this is, I don't know, unless you watch CBS News, more of the Epstein files were released yesterday. And obviously, DOJ didn't vet them very clearly. There were some very vile, reprehensible things allegedly involving the president that took place. Allegedly took place. Also, allegedly, in an email, Elon Musk tried to schedule a trip. He was turned down by them. How bad if you're too... never mind. And Bill Gates may have given his former wife Windows STD, but he's denied that. Very upset by the news. But there's some tragic news that does pertain to wrestling. Also mentioned in this latest batch of Epstein files is Ashley Massaro, former WWE diva. You've talked about her and her turmoil in WWE. They left her in Qatar. She was sexually assaulted, raped. No one ever faced charges. She's also left behind. Coincidence. Anyway, she's also, passed away many years ago. But a woman, another victim, who was interviewed, they have this all on paper, claimed that she was on Epstein Island and suggested in her interview that Ashley Massaro had formerly worked for Ghislaine Maxwell, the person who arranged all of these, whatever, the pimp, in a description of the alleged abuse that was ongoing apparently at Epstein Island. Now look, I don't want to get into a lot of it. It is awful. Awful. Think of the worst thing in the world and then think worse. It's terrible. You can go find that yourself if you want. But in the interview, she mentioned that her friend, Ashley Massaro, she died in 2019, the diva from WWE, got pregnant in high school. And they both worked for Ghislaine Maxwell. And someone, I don't know, I looked this up but I couldn't find anybody. Someone named Michella from Miami, Florida. I don't know who or what that is. But it just, God, what a tragic life this woman led. As bad as everything that happened to her in show business. Oh my God, it breaks my heart. What the hell's wrong with this world? It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but it's so important we have to mention it. I apologize. Collision tonight, live on TNT. Now, Collision, generally speaking, usually does terrible ratings with few exceptions when WWE has a PLE the same day. People just get burned out. Big match tonight. AEW debut of Tommaso Ciampa days after leaving WWE. And he'll be challenging Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship. This is old school Ring of Honor right there. Should be great. Looking forward to that. It's at the Arlington Esports Arena, so I assume they're getting paid to run that place again. Also on the card, Women's Tag Team Championship match, Babes of Wrath versus Julia Hart and Sky Blue. AEW International Championship, Okada versus Adam Priest. Should be very good. Great opportunity for Adam Priest to be in the ring with someone of Okada's caliber. Clark Connors. Is he done with New Japan? I don't think he's quite done. I think he's soon to be done with New Japan. Is he coming in to be with his girlfriend, Tekla? Let's see. Clark Connors versus Darby Allin. Both those guys are Northwest guys. That could probably be. And they're both, crazy. So that could be fun. And then Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz versus the Crew. Where have they been? That's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, we're talking about New Japan. And we got to talk about some of my pet peeves in wrestling. Just make you irrational. Talk about the next Jim Valley Wrestling Observer.
Pull up to the scene with my.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, all right. Oh, goodness. Oh. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, let's gonna get away with it. Everybody's gonna get away with it. Anyway, all right.
I still don't have anything. You sure you sent it?
Oh, gee, oh, that's right, Triple A's tonight. I forgot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
All right. What do we got? All right. Where are we? All right. Oh, there it is. I see. Oh, goodness. I don't even know. Nope. What am I looking at? I don't know. Oh, well, there it is. Wait. I don't even know. No idea. All right.
What?
Are we doing anything? Are we doing?
I don't fucking know, man.
What, are we on the air?
Here, dude. What?
Are we on the
here
air?
Here we go. Sorry, I was
Okay.
talking to Pedro. You're good.
I know, but
we're about to come back now.
Yeah.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Wrestling Observer Live. It's Jim Valley. I also forgot to mention that AAA tonight, Mexicali, the Auditorio, 8:30 tonight. And on the card, TJP in a 4-way. So there we go. Yeah. So a lot of people have been, I don't know, sounding the alarm, we'll say, over New Japan. Evil, apparently going to be, I believe they're married. Going to be with his wife, Io Sky. I mean, dude, he's seen those checks. Sonata. But I mean, look, Sonata's, that arm looks really bad. And, I just don't see him being able to take the New Japan schedule and the style. Hiromu, Naito, obviously Tana, retired. And look, and I kind of felt that way too. But I'll tell you what, as I watched Wrestle Kingdom and saw everybody on that show, man, they put everybody on that show. I walked away thinking I'd sold New Japan short. Zack Sabre Jr. Put the title on him, strap him up anytime. Very popular, well known. He's pretty much, Japanese by, I don't know that he wants to leave. Andrade. A lot of people raving about Andrade right now, that he seems to be wrestling with so much passion and determination. And I agree. But I'll tell you what, I feel like it started, this new rush for Andrade started, rush started at Wrestle Kingdom. So he's going to be in the mix. So that's something. Got the Knockout Brothers. They turned down a WWE offer. And, they've been great. You'd Ice, obviously, a lot of potential. I mean, to be Tanahashi's last match at Cork Hall, that says something. Obviously with Evil leaving, people wondering what happens in the House of Torture. Please let it end. Please. No. That's the bad news. Good news is Ren Narita is stepping up. You got, Shota Umino. Yuya Uemura. You know, they kicked off Wrestle Kingdom with that idol band, whatever they were, and they were the new stars. So I have hope still that they could reach their potential, particularly Uemura. Hartley Jackson. He's got that old school look with the belly. He looks great. Looks like Tough Tony Born or any wrestler from the 50s. Oiwa, he's great too. And of course in Japan, Aaron Wolf is a big deal. So look, yes, there's certainly have been some problems. Injuries, age, economy, all kinds of things. But New Japan is very good at training, and they have some talent. Can they capitalize, market it, all those fun things? We'll see. But they have talent. So I don't know. I feel like every time I see someone bitching about that, I'm like, do you even watch, bro? Do you, bro? Enough about Juggalo Championship Wrestling. All right. I'm a crabby old man. I don't care about nothing. Kids, get off my damn lawn. And they're just things that piss me off. And look, I have watched wrestling for too damn long. Coming up on 50 years. A lot of people just grow out of it. Not me. Anyway. And I see these people like on Reddit and things. And look, if you are relatively new to the fan base, great, welcome. Please, enjoy it, but understand your level of knowledge. It drives me crazy. I see people list their top wrestlers of all time. And shockingly, their top wrestlers of all time are all the wrestlers they've seen. And they're almost all WWE guys. And then like Ric Flair, who's also WWE. But it drives me crazy. Look, I've been watching a lot longer, reading about it a lot longer. I don't know if I'd say studying. That seems a little too much. But look, I've got a lot of stupid wrestling crap up here. But it's like, I don't think I'm qualified to do a all-time list. But yeah, these people, it just drives me crazy. And a lot of times, it's either their favorite wrestlers. I mean, it's always at least 90% of the favorite wrestlers. And then a handful of names that they kind of know. So someone made a list of each decade. Their number one wrestler, 1950s. Gorgeous George. And I'm sure they just know the name. Now look, the toast of the coast, the sensation of the nation. He did great business in many places, particularly California. However, he bombed in Madison Square Garden. I'm sorry. Greatest of all time cannot bomb in Madison Square Garden. He didn't have that long a career. Washed up drunk. If he's the greatest of all time, what does that make Dick Beyer beat him twice in an air match? It drives me crazy. Or they'll, someone was like, well, you can't, this one drove me insane. Somebody was like, well, you can't include guys from the 50s because, the style has changed so much. It's changed so much. They have been surpassed and therefore cannot be on the list. It's depressing.
Down in the Cali, so low.
Well, and I told him, okay, by your standard, Shawn Michaels, incredibly influential. Not a great draw, but very influential in other ways. He's been surpassed with his in-ring style. So therefore, not an all-time great. Anyway, that means anybody now, not an all-time great. Matter of fact, nobody can be an all-time great because eventually every style gets passed. Every style gets left behind. So by this guy's standards, I think he thought it was like a get a jail free card, so he didn't have to mention or even know anything about any other eras. Really, he just didn't think it all the way. Just drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. Just like there's somebody who, and they're, look, God bless them, they don't know what they don't know. I'm just like, there's one guy who, he might have picked Shawn as his number one of all time. And Shawn's style opened the door for a lot of people, influenced a lot of people. He's influential in that way. Very, very influential in that way. However, not a great draw when he was WWE champion. And WO came along. It is what it is, but he wasn't a great draw. Also, his promos were fine. Remember when he tried to come up with a catchphrase? Call people Daddy-O. Don't hunt what you can't kill. It's like, he's kept trying and trying and trying and just try hard. It's just great in the ring, bell to bell. Certainly some, other issues, but yeah, not a great promo. Not a tippy top draw. You can't do it. It's like, look, I get it. Everyone loves the wrestling you grew up with. That's the best wrestling. And I get that. But at the same time, look, if you want to list your favorite wrestlers of all time, I can't begrudge you that. But if you're going to present yourself as an expert, oh God, it drives me crazy. They'll do the Mount Rushmores. And it's just, I don't know. Just it's maddening. I don't know. Maybe it's people sometimes don't have the common sense to know that they don't know. Or they'll and look, Dave doesn't need me sticking up for him. I really like Dave a lot, so it does sometimes upset me when people say things. But look, Dave has been doing this a lot longer before he met me, and probably do it longer after I'm gone. But it just drives me crazy when these people have no idea about, Dave's vast knowledge and studying. And these people don't, and they'll just ridicule him for no reason because they don't know. Dave's right. They're wrong, but they just love to pile on. Not that it matters. And look, enjoy wrestling. Glad you're here. But by God, seriously, Kane, not an all-time great. Certainly he has his place. Memorable, those type of things. But, look, it drives me crazy. These people don't know. Have no idea. The person listed Shawn Michaels, I mentioned he wasn't a big draw to all the kind of points I made. And then I went back because I remember a book from early 2000s, maybe early 2010s, I think. The Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Steve Johnson, Greg Oliver. They did baby faces, heels, the Canadians, and tag teams. 4 books. And their number one babyface, they rated by influence, drawing power, all that stuff. Jim Londos. A lot of historians believe that. And I told him that. And he'd never heard of him, which I get. Why would you? But he's like, and I was very nice about it. So he was very thankful. He's, oh, thanks for telling me, da-da-da-da. If you really want to learn, then learn. But if you really just want to be a pundit, learn. I don't know why. It drives me crazy. It just does. I guess every great wrestler happened to be when you were 12. What a surprise. It is what it is. Anyway, is there anything that irrationally upsets you? Things in wrestling like that? Put it in the comments. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer. Go enjoy your
Hey, airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call regardless of who booked your airline tickets, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you. We know the insider secrets to fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you. 855-325-5647. 855-325-5647. 855-325-5647. That's 855-325-5647.
Hello, Americans. It's Uncle Sam here. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS or state, don't worry. I've got important news that may help you negotiate a lower tax bill. In today's economy, the IRS has released a variety of new rules and is offering more flexible terms to help Americans looking to settle their IRS debt. If you apply today, we may be able to lift your wage garnishments and release a freeze on your bank assets or business. Our team of tax professionals can resolve your case and stop collection actions against you. Even if you've been audited or haven't filed a return in years, they can help. Call right now and find out if you qualify to settle your IRS debt for far less than what you owe. Pick up your phone right now and call us for a free $500 IRS tax review. Don't wait. Here's the number.
Call right now. 800-943-9215. 800-943-9215. 800-943-9215. Again, for the last time, that's 800-943-9215.
I've got a question for you. Do you want a lower car payment just by making a phone call? You know, most people buy a car and they pay whatever the car dealer says their interest rate is, and they forget about it and make payments. But did you know there is a secret in your contract that allows another company to refinance any car payment to try and lower it? It's true. There is indeed a company out there that knows the ins and, more importantly, the outs on car loans, and they know how to lower your current car payment. It's easy and fast, and you could have a lower car payment next month. Make this free call right now and find out if you could lower your existing car payment. Call the Car Savings Hotline right now. The call is free.
Call now. 800-605-1680. 800-605-1680. 800-605-1680. That's 800-605-1680.
You're listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Not Gunther last night. I'll tell you, wearing that suit took away a lot of his aura. He was wearing the exact suit that like every 10-year-old wears to a wedding. Tan khakis, blue striped shirt, dark jacket. It's like, are you trying to retire, AJ Styles? Or are you going out to have a couple of beers after work with the guys? What is this? It really was not good. I think AJ does retire. And here's why. Again, you got Brock wants to retire. Probably do that. What, Mania? You got, I think there's a few other people. It's like you got a calendar. It's like you got to knock them out while you can. So, I mean, if you're going to retire, obviously I think WrestleMania is the best one to retire at. But second best, probably Royal Rumble. So, as far as what AJ does, I don't know. I mean, probably after the show, he'll just get in the car and drive across the flat earth and see what's next. So, but I could be wrong. Also, Roman Reigns interviews Pat McAfee, criticizing creative after Vince McMahon says, been 2 years and we're still stagnant. I don't really understand what he's trying to say. Maybe he says like he should be replaced by now as the guy. Maybe that's what he means. But also, look, ESPN's a partner. Pat McAfee's on the shows often. Probably will be again. Probably working WrestleMania or something. It's got to be a work. Even if he believes it. I mean, come on. It's got to be a work. Why would he do that? I don't know. Again. I mean, but I'm still a little vague on what he meant. I think that's what he meant. That things are stagnant, haven't moved forward. And I just think it means, God, they should have replaced me by now. But we shall see. Oh, really? Some of the chat claims that someone said Roman and Heyman's contracts expire in May. See what happens. All right. Enjoy the Rumble. Talk to you next weekend, pretty sure. And yeah, it's Jim Valley. Love to have you here. Always appreciate it. And we'll chat next time. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. And remember, it's just wrestling. Yeah. All right, man, thanks. Sorry I screwed up. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no big deal. We got it on
I will talk to you Saturday.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right, take it.
Here we go. Yeah, I underestimated how long it would take me to set up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Seriously. Try to do something fun, silly, maybe. Try to do something. So anyway. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot to me. It really, I swear it does. It really, really does. So we shall see. I don't know. I just feel like unless WWE's had a change of heart, they feel like they gotta, put a boot in their butt and get things really going. I just think they're gonna do the same chill. Here's a moment. There's a moment. That's enough. Yeah, I heard Marvez on Garrett and Dave. I thought Marvez was great. Very personable, funny. I thought it was great. Great anecdotes, great stories, tons of knowledge. It's great. Fantastic. They came across very likable and everything is great. It's great. Did I mention he's great? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, heavens. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's, I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe he's turning heel. Maybe that's what he's doing. So, yeah, I thought Alex Marvez was great. That Pillman stuff, fascinating time. And so many people tried to emulate it while completely missing the point. So, anyway, so there we go. Anything else? Should probably wrap up. I screwed up on my recording, so because I'm dumb, so I gotta go dump that. So, yeah, Pillman was great. Yeah, it's too bad. And I hope Lexus King is doing well. So, yeah, But, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, here's what I think. I think, as far as AW and new faces and things, right now, I think you want the star power. WrestleMania happening. It's a big deal. Bring out the big guns. All those guys. You need some star power. And then I think later, whatever you do with these guys and whoever ends up with the title, I think that, you can do more with people. Freaking, what you call it? Kevin Knight. Guy's great. Maybe he needs, eventually he needs individual gear and, maybe some sort of gimmick personality thing. So we shall see. Yeah, okay. Here's another one. There's a woman, front row, on camera, reaching out to Andrade. There's no security. Dude, that was pretty obviously staged. But look, it looked good. There's nothing wrong with that. And, they showed that he had the napkin or a piece of paper, whatever it was, with the lips on it, put it in his pocket, be ladies' man. Why not? Latinos, they're ladies' men, a lot of them. Andrade's a good-looking guy. Why not? He's El Idolo. He's the idol. Yeah, someone said she was an indie wrestler from Texas. So, yeah. I don't know if she's just going to be a rotating, one of his rotating women who are fans who are going to give him numbers, or we're going to do something with her individually as part of the Andrade package. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. What do you think? So Hangman, Joe and Kenny, Fletcher, Takeshita, Kevin Knight. Oh yeah, all those guys. Certainly. Yeah, all those guys. Takeshita was just IWGP champion. He's the best wrestler in the world right now. Fletcher, what is he, 26? Too damn good. 26. Piss me off. No, all those guys. I just think that when it comes to Fletcher and Takeshita, they're more developed characters and polished. They've done a few more bigger matches as singles than Kevin Knight yet. But you can't see the potential of Kevin Knight. You're dumb. But yeah, at some point, you gotta probably split up Jet Speed. We'll see. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Bandito. Far be it from me criticize such esteemed people with incredible knowledge and command respect. John Pollock, Dave, and I believe Wei Ting too. They picked, wait, take it back. Pollock picked Mystico for the wrestling, but they were just raving about everything Bandito did. And look, ever since, 5-6 months ago, maybe less, maybe more, Bandito got it together. It feels like he really got the confidence, the momentum after he came back and worked at Arena Mexico. And ever since then, in Fuego. But before that, it's like, remember the Jericho match? The run-in wasn't great. He just seemed to be out of sorts. Out of his confidence, whatever it was. He just seemed to, there wasn't as sharp. So, when I hear everyone raving about his year, I'm like, look, I'm glad he pulled it up and made the correction. He's soaring now, but there's some rough patches at times. So, yeah. Why did Jody Allen, and that's auction for sale right for Super Bowl? Because you cash in while it's hot. That's why. Jody Allen is Paul's sister. Paul Allen, Microsoft, Bill Gates guy, they all started that whole thing. So, Paul is a very popular billionaire in town. There was a Cinerama theater had a refurbished chocolate popcorn, all this stuff. Great sound system, comfortable seats. I mean, the thing was top notch. And, they'd show all the nerd movies there. And it was great. And, he has he put together something right by the Space Needle called the Experience Music Project. Paul Allen loved music, played guitar, friends with the guys in Nirvana, Jeff Tate from Soundgarden, not Soundgarden, yeah, Soundgarden. And, right, I think, yeah, it's a long time ago. And I think so. I don't care. Anyway, so a lot of musicians. And, so we started this Experience Music Project. And the building is a Getty building. So it's all wavy and colorful. And, a lot of people joke that it looks like the Space Needle's laundry is on the floor. Like Space Needle dropped its pants. Because you see it from a distance. Anyway, and then, the Experience Music Project petered out very quickly. Because there's not enough people for that kind of passion for music. So they took part of it and turned it into a sci-fi museum. Paul Allen, big sci-fi nerd. He collected so much stuff. Captain Kirk's original chair, tons of stuff. Costumes from the original Wizard of Oz, costumes from The Princess Bride. Cary Elwes is in town. He came to look at his old costumes, those type of things. Tons of stuff, all from his collection. I mean, you walk through it, it's like, okay, there's the TV show Battlestar Galactica. There's Deep Space Nine. There's just everything. And so, Sci-Fi Museum, and then they kind of kept some music at the EMP, but they turned it into Mopop, the Museum of Pop Culture. So you go in and there's different traveling exhibits, maybe Star Wars costumes, or comic book characters, the Muppets, all kinds of different stuff I've seen there. And Charlotte is the first entrant. By the way, Charlotte's outfit last night, she could do mixed tag team matches with Dalton Castle. It's a flock of peacocks. They're great. Love it. Anyway, so there's the Museum of Popular Culture. Tourists go see it, and like I said, a lot of Paul Allen collection there, but also traveling exhibits. Anyway, so Paul, there was who's going to buy Seahawks? They were worried about the Seahawks. Seahawks had, not really won ever, and and so finally Paul Allen stepped up, bought the Seahawks. They, went to a few Super Bowls, won their second time going to the Super Bowl. So it's like, everyone loved Paul Allen. Well, nothing lasts forever. Paul passed away years ago, and he had children, and he, his sister, was the recipient of his fortune. Well, sister not a big nerd. Jody closed down Cinerama, and now, so she doesn't really have the passion for Paul's projects that Paul did. So now she is selling the Seahawks. Honestly, I thought she'd already did, but obviously I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, no, Seahawks go to Super Bowl, sell it now while it's hot. That's why. She's doing business. She has no passion for really any of this stuff. Now I don't know what's going to happen with Mopop. Yeah, Cinderella was done. It wasn't making any money, So anyway, well, you do it now if people want it. But yeah, so there it is. I don't know. So yeah, that's the deal with Jody Allen, that she just doesn't have passion for these things that her brother did, and she doesn't feel that she needs to carry these things on. So there you go. Yeah, I was really disappointed about Cinerama, but I get it. It's not popular. Oh, Lex's number 2 in the Rumble. There she is. So you got frenemies. That's fun. Interesting. I like Charlotte. She gets a bad rap. So she's, and dude, this guy, he's got Captain Kirk's chair. He's got original Wizard of Oz stuff from the 30s. He's got Lord of the Rings costumes. He's got so much stuff. It's ridiculous. And I am sure exactly, nothing does beat Ashley Special. Because it really taught people about the Rumble and educated them. It's a great choice. But yeah, so what does she do to sell all this stuff? It's gotta be very lucrative. Very, very lucrative. There's just all kinds of stuff that he owns. So yeah. He also has Vulcan. He's got the study brain stuff. So I don't know. Everybody was Dave and Brian and others. That's nothing pissed me off. Every now and then Reddit. Wait, I take it back. Every day, see the clip, Tony and Mina dancing on the ramp. And they're just like, oh, I would never watch AEW. Because that 10-second clip is the whole show, as you know. But they're talking about how Tony's lost her aura. She's going down. What happened to Tony? I'm just like, no. Tony Storm is a big star. And she's just making room so they can build other stars. And that's what I think they are trying to do, or tried to do with Statlander. And look, Statlander's got size. She's got skill. Lovely woman. But it's like, she needs a gimmick. Is she the galaxy's greatest? Or what? It's like, I thought they were going to go with that. She needs an image. Doesn't have an image. Get an image. And that seems to be the problem. So they've, didn't Statlander beat Storm like twice? So it's like, they've done all this. It's like, she needs an image. It's like, she's got different gear every time. Hair might look like this or that. Or it's like, no, you've got to be, boom. That's her. Look, there's, Stephanie Vaquer. Got the horns, wearing some black, showing the backside, doing her moves, her signature moves. And it's like, there's a repetition to wrestling as well. And she needs to do that. So, we'll see. Yeah. So, there we go. That's funny. Oh, Jets are rooting for the QB they got rid of because they hate the Pats. That's so funny. So funny. Yeah. Anyway. So Stat. I don't know, but Tekla's got a ton of charisma and all that. But it's like, does she need? Oh, look, Kiana James is 3 and probably first out. Anyway, but no, Tekla, she needs the belt. She is so great. I might even wait to crown Tekla at All Out. All in, right? All in. I would wait because she's a big star. You want her to be a big star. So I might even do that. Doesn't mean Statlander's going to hold the title all the way to All In, but I might wait and have Stat. I think my thought is that Mercedes laying low. I think she comes back in a surprise and takes the title from Stat. And then she can be world champion. She hasn't been yet. So that's my thought. Kiana James. Yeah. Kiana James 3. But she's going to be probably first out. She's still in? Anyway, I don't even know. So, there you go. No idea. Anyway, hey, what am I doing? Anyway, I should probably go. I need to, I guess, since I didn't record the show, I need to get in the computer and dump it out. Nia Jax, number 4. Okay. I would hope so that Ospreay's back by All In. I would hope so. You know, yeah. All right, guys. Love you. Are you having a show tomorrow, Mel? You guys show tomorrow, or do you guys have power and snow and all that stuff? Oh, you're always welcome. I love you guys. Always glad you're here. Appreciate you. So, I really do. I'm very grateful. Very, very grateful that I can sit here and just whatever it is I do. Yeah. I think, yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I like to do a little extra. I like to give a little more. So, yeah, peace out. Anyway, 1 p.m. Eastern. Power Bombshells. On Garrett's network. I forget what. Anyway, yeah, are you gonna bring your light? Little sparkly deal. You gonna show that tomorrow? You flashing that tomorrow? You flashing everybody? I think so. Probably. You better. Oh, goodness gracious. Really? Anyway. All right. Anyway, what are we doing here? I don't even know. Oh, hell. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Anyway. All right, kids. Thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the Melania movie.